Alright, here we are with some DragonBallfighterz. I've been on that dbfz grind lately. I don't know why. Some of my friends started playing it again. And I've been playing it a bit, I've been playing it a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I think one of the reasons why I've been playing it a lot, besides them playing it, is that, it might be the last time I actually have a chance to play this game. For me, competitively, and also YouTube-wise, it's just not very smart for me to play this game once Street Fighter 6 comes out. And then once Street Fighter 6 comes out, Street Fighter 6 will be out for, 3 to 5 months, and then Mortal Kombat 12 will come out, and then Mortal Kombat 12 will be out for 3 to 5 months, and Tekken 8 will come out. And then on top of that, even though I'm not going to compete in this game because there's not really much to compete with, Budokai Tenkaichi 4 will also be out around that time. So there's just not much to really. There's not a really reason to play Fighterz anymore unless they start adding content, Obviously, the game's always going to be fun, right? But it's just not worth playing. At least if you're trying to compete, right? If you're trying to compete, if you don't care, then you can always play this game, right? But I mean, if you're trying to compete, this probably isn't the best game to compete in because number one, people have already had years of progress. Number two, there's not that many tournaments for this game. I would say like there's only one really big tournament, which is like the World Tour. Fighterz usually isn't at EVO anymore, so it's just like, I don't know. I feel like if you want to become a competitive player, your resume for being competitive would kind of suffer if you started playing this game now. I got absolutely worked that first game. Unfortunately, that was not the only match of that set. There were matches earlier that I won, but unfortunately, I didn't have the whole set in this video, so yeah, that was the end of the set there. However, these next two matches are a little interesting, and yes, these matches happen back to back in a row. So just so you know for this. But yeah, I've been playing Street Fighter V as well to get ready for Street Fighter 6. And I've never experienced this before, like this state of fighting games where it is, you're not going to be able to play whatever fighting game you want soon enough, for me personally, because I always, so for me, whenever there's a new fighting game, I always play the game and get the best that I possibly can get at it. You saw me do it with dnfduel, not trying to flex, but I was the number one ranked troubleshooter for the first month of the game, and then I stopped playing it, and then obviously I lost that because I haven't played it since month one. But I competed in tournaments. I was the highest ranked on the rank leaderboard for my character. On console, I do want to say on console. I don't know the rankings on PC, so there could have been higher ranked people. By the way, I'm trying to hit this loop on this guy because this guy is not very good, but it's not really working. And also this guy, I feel really bad for this guy because obviously he's not good at the game, right? But then he does this. You're never gonna get good, pal. Like, you're just gonna be garbage forever. If you're bad at a game and you rage quit at it, you're gonna be bad, right? Everybody gets good at games eventually, but if you rage quit, that's the first step to showing that you're not gonna be good. Because if you rage quit, you're just like showing that you only care about winning and not getting better, and If you aren't winning, then you aren't, you know, having fun, and you aren't, you know, you aren't really taking in what's happening. But most people don't realize that if you're losing, you're actually learning more than you did if you won. Obviously, right? But if you rage quit, obviously you don't know that, right? Because, you know, that's just how that works. And to be fair, this game does have a garbage netcode, so a lot of people do rage quit because the connection isn't worth dealing with, which is fair enough. But however, that was not that guy's case. I mean, he was at the level where he didn't even really know what netcode was, just by the way he was playing. And if he does know, then he got to chill on the rage quitting. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about, like, we're at a state in fighting games where, you know, I always, whenever a new fighting game comes out, I always get really good at it, you know. When KOF came out, I was approaching the max rank, but the matchmaking stuff occurred on, like, week 2 or week 3. The matchmaking really just took a downhill fall, and my ranked progress in the game was halted because the game just didn't want me to play anymore. And that's why I do have a little bit of a personal thing against SNK, because they released obviously an unfinished game and they got away with it, and it still hasn't been fixed a year and a half later. Well, a year and a month later, my bad. It hasn't been fixed, the matchmaking problem. Yeah, by the way, that guy hit a level 3 and used his level 3 to rage quit. Absolutely pathetic. But yeah, SNK is always, well, not always, but now I definitely have a bit of a personal problem with SNK. And I will be very wary of their next game. I will definitely play their next game, but I'm going to be very, very cautious next time. Because they definitely have a blind player base. It just allows them to get away with what they got away with, which was literally releasing a game that doesn't function online at all. If you haven't played the game, it takes 10 to 20 minutes to find a single match, and this has been this way since week 2 of the game, and it still hasn't been fixed, and the game came out in February of last year. However, they did not hesitate to add hundreds of dollars worth of DLC characters. Meanwhile, they still haven't fixed the matchmaking. And I see people going, oh man, haha, silly SNK didn't fix the matchmaking. Bro, imagine if that happened in Call of Duty. Imagine if that happened in a giant game. There would be pitchforks and torches everywhere. But it happened in SNK, to a small little SNK game, so they can get away with it. I'm not letting them get away with it. That was a full price $60 game. It's not a $20 or $30 indie game. That was a full price $60 game. So it'll get treated that way. And I'm never gonna buy the deluxe edition to a SNK game again until they start treating it like a $60 product. Because yeah, I bought the deluxe edition of that game because I was really excited. And the game itself lived up to all of my expectations, but the fact is you cannot play it. Like, you literally cannot play the game online. It just doesn't let you. Unless you have a friend, a dedicated person that you play with, it's impossible to find matches. And if you do find matches, it'll take... I could play, no joke, 5 to 10 DragonBallfighterz matches in the time it gets me to play 2 matches in KOF 15. It's bad. Yeah, so I was getting good at that game, but the game itself prevented me from getting good. When Mortal Kombat 11 came out, I was like 210. That was like my win record. I was going crazy. Whenever a fighting game comes out, I get good at it. But now we're entering a stage where there's going to be like 3 fighting games in a row. So I really have to lock in and keep playing them as they come out. And I won't have times for games like this anymore because my focus will be on those games. Anyways, you know, bit of a weird video. Like, subscribe. I'm going to have more fighters tomorrow. And, yeah, peace.